Well, this morning, Chuck's Big Adventure is taking us deep beneath the mountains of east central Pennsylvania.
And Chuck, I know coal mining is often considered a thing of the past, but really still very much alive there, right?
Very much alive, though in a different form. Absolutely it is. You know, the uses are just different than, say, 100 years ago. But we got the chance to tour the longest operating anthracite mine in the world to learn what life was like for those who worked in the mines. Very special package for me. I'll tell you in a minute. Take a look. Most of Pennsylvania's natural beauty is best observed by looking up, but the story of this state can't be fully told without looking down, way down.
This was a big mover here. If you did not work in mining, you worked in an industry that supported mining.
This is mine number 9, a coal facility located smack dab in the state's anthracite region.
We are the oldest coal mine you can tour in the United States. And this mine was the longest continuously operated underground anthracite coal mine in the world. Our mine ran nearly nonstop from 1855 until June 22nd of 1972.
20 to 24 miles of tunnel.
What do people ask when they come down here?
Why? We do. We get that question a lot, is why would you do this? You know, the Atlantic migration, these were poor dirt farmers, essentially, and this was, yes, horrible working conditions, but it was steady pay, you'd have a roof over your head, and you could probably take decent care of your family compared to what you had in Europe.
You know, Zach, going through this mine, I just can't help but realize these men worked hard.
Oh, yeah.
And they had a very tough life in one sense.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh yeah, mining anywhere is one of the most dangerous occupations you can have, of course, even today. It still is. If you were in your 50s working in American industry over 100 years ago, you were old by that standard.
Mine number 9, an underground treasure that's even more valuable now in a world largely separated from the age of coal. I imagine when you have visitors here, many of them may have been, their grandfather was in the mines or their great-grandfather was in the mines, and they've got plenty of stories, I would imagine.
Oh, they do. So that first generation grew up with, oh, I'll go into mines, I'll break your leg, you ever go into mine, go to school. Go do that, do something better than I did working in the mines. Grandchildren, though, what did Grandpa do? They're removed enough from it, they want to see what Grandpa did.
And I would think that that would give those grandchildren an extreme appreciation.
It does.
For how hard they work.
It does. Oh, it does.
Well, as a man who married a coal miner's daughter, wow, mine number 9 made a profound impact on the job and my perspective of what my father-in-law did and the dangers those folks face to earn a living for their families. The mine is open for tours, and there is also a great museum offering more insight into the lives of those miners. And I'll tell you, if you go to Pennsylvania, you spend any amount of time, you do not know what Pennsylvania is without visiting a mine like that, because it tells the whole story of the state. And it's a pretty tough one, actually.
Wow, that is so interesting. And if you've missed any of Chuck's big adventures this week out of Pennsylvania, they've been amazing, and we can check those out online.
Yes. I've got more info in the blog at WTHR.com/Chuck's Big Adventure. But keep in mind, you can watch all my stories from Pennsylvania on a Chuck's Big Adventure special that airs this morning at 9 o'clock and then will stream on demand on WTHR+. We'll show you every single one of our stories there, but we're not finished, because coming up in just a few minutes, we have a good time on the rails and on the river. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
Been looking forward to the adventurous one too, but I always like to learn a thing or two, and that one was really cool, and I think that's a wonderful place to be able to visit, Chuck.